Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Corn Office. And in the Corn Office podcast, what we do is we talk to CEOs, business owners, those who have got the courage and those who have earned the right to come up with their own company, journey through the challenges, and finally achieve what only 1% of all population can achieve. It's great to be a CEO, but not all of us are lucky. And in the Corn Office, we have here today the business owner of Coachway Financial, Mercedes Coates. Welcome on the show, Mercedes.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here.
Lovely having you on the show as well. And just before we start, the Corn Office podcast is sponsored by Connectix. And what Connectix does is it provides support to those business owners, CEOs located in the DMV area to make their life better and they can focus on the business. So back to you, Mercedes. I know bits and pieces about you through the chats that we've had prior to the podcast, but let's break the ice. Let's say who you are, what you do, and why we're here.
Sure. So glad to be here, guys. Again, my name is Mercedes Coates. I am a financial professional. I've actually been in the industry 14 years. I'm the owner and CEO of Coates Way Financial, where we are a full scale financial services company. We focus on families and business owners. We make it simple for them to learn how to protect their income and assets. We show individuals how to create a tax free stream of income throughout their lifetime and also how to transfer their assets and monies tax free to the next generation. Very happy to be here. We service all states nationwide, but I am based actually in the DC, Maryland, and Virginia area.
So there you go. Because the financial serves the entire nation, but the hot area being the DMV area. And true to what
Yeah.
you said, Mercedes, tax free. That's all that you're after. When the tax season comes, we try to balance the cash flows. So in your case, you've already been in the industry long enough, and what kind of sparkled that idea for you to start on your own?
Yeah, that's always a good question. So, actually, back in 2011, when I started, I was on maternity leave. And I got into the industry as a way to be able to create my own time for myself, starting a business,
Yeah.
being able to make a lot of money, but at the same time, help a lot of people, right? Wasn't the industry that I thought I was going to get into, to be honest. I just was always very curious about money and how wealthy individuals kind of leverage, I would say, the money game, right? And so I just always, just learned about how to, I wanted to learn about how money works. So I kind of got into this industry and fell in love with teaching and decided to branch out and become independent about 4 years into my career. And wanted to open up my portfolio to do a lot more when it comes to retirement, corporate planning, and legal protections as well.
Lovely. Let me single out the phrase be clever with money. That's what you said. We can be clever with our skills, we can be clever with what we learn, but being clever with money is
Mhm.
not something anyone would be comfortable in. So, you said that you were in the industry for 4 years, and right after that, what happened?
Well, once I branched out and became independent, it was important for me to pivot. A lot of times people stay in industries and maybe it's on a decline. So
Yep,
I needed to pivot to make my business more or position myself and my business to have the latest and most modern financial services. So once I did that, I was able to contract with some of the best financial institutions that specialize in some of the things that I want to focus on. And once I did that, I was able to position families and business owners to, again, create tax free income, but also at the same time protect themselves as they're growing their businesses and their legacies.
gotcha. Protecting their
Mhm.
legacies. Oh, that's what says in your email signature. Leaving with a legacy.
Yes,
Got it.
yes.
Got it. Got it. Got it.
Legacy is important.
Got it. Now I can connect the dots. It is, and and
Yes.
and, and in this case, you mentioned that there's a lot of people out there who needs help. And obviously, there are a lot of institutions out
Mm-hmm.
there providing the same services that you offer. So, in this crowded space of severe competition, how does Coachway
Mm-hmm.
Financial stand out as a different entity?
Yeah, so here's what I'll say. There are a lot of people in financial services, but
Yeah,
I think the biggest miscommunication I think is that people don't realize that you need a financial team. There are specialists in different areas that you need to work with, where you may have an accountant or a bookkeeper, you may have an insurance agent, and also a advisor or a CPA and an estate attorney. There are different platforms for that, right?
yeah,
So what Coastway Financial has done is we in the I would say insurance and annuity space, there are only a few exclusive companies that offer benefits that you can use today, and in most cases at a lower cost with more benefits, right? So I position myself and my company to align with these companies who are leading, some in the top, when it comes to Forbes 2025, 2024 top insurance companies, top
yeah.
annuity companies. I work with those companies that are doing something totally different versus uh, death protection insurance. I work with living benefit policies where you don't have to die to use it. I also position myself where people can have guarantees in retirement, peace of mind. There's a huge retirement crisis. So Coastway Financial talks about how to make sure that as we go through our life, things happen expected and some things happen unexpected. So we make sure that when those crises happen, that they have income that they can fall back on if they get sick or hurt, heart attack, stroke, cancer. Our plans provide these benefits to them to make sure that they can still live the life that they have, right? But also positioning themselves to uh, earn based on the market, but not lose when the market goes down. So I talk about things that people are concerned with: their money, their family, and their health. Those are the three top things. So Coastway Financial makes it a simple way to understand and educate individuals on their options and how they can basically move money around. I call it reallocating. Move the money around to make it work a lot better for them while protecting themselves and their legacy.
The classic MMW, make money work. Uh,
Yep.
it never gets
Mm-hmm.
old. And I like what you said about
Nope.
insurance. You need to die to use it. So some
Yeah.
have to actually
You
pass.
don't have to die to use it. That's the
Yes,
key. You don't have to die to use it. That's the new modern insurance. Yes.
there you go. Not the insurance that takes away the umbrella when it's raining and just give it when it's sunny. The modern way that insurance should do it.
Exactly.
So there you go. So
Exactly.
that's how
Yeah.
Coachway Financial stands out, and it's an all-round approach to what you just said to ensure that money works for them. And at the same time, when you are in a dire situation, you need to be able to spend the time
Mm-hmm.
the same way that you were spending time when money has been there. Clever, crafty.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the business model behind Coachway Financial. So just like every business owner and founder, for that matter,
Mm-hmm.
uh, we go through the founder's pain. There are multiple roadblocks. So, in your journey of gradually establishing Coachway Financial, what has been the biggest
Mm-hmm.
roadblock that you have faced, and how have you overcome that?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. In business, the first 5 years is always the toughest, right? Here's what I'll say: when it comes to Coatesway Financial, honestly, I don't think as far as the business operations go, there were any roadblocks. The concepts that I work with, they just make sense. So when people see it, it's an automatic purchase. If they can qualify, they're gonna get it, right? My only roadblock will be something personal. I would say time. I was working a full time job in addition to running my business when I started to branch off.
Well,
So just the time being able to kind of balance both. I think was my only roadblock. Trying to, build the business in your spare time while you still got your 9 to 5 could be a little difficult. And that time, being a mother, being a wife, and a mother of 3 boys,
Well,
I was tired, right?
that's
So
quite a
you
handful.
can
Yeah.
you got these big ideas and yeah, big ideas, big vision. If anything, it was time. So I needed to plan and prepare in order to separate myself from my 9 to 5 so that my business can be at the forefront of everything. And that's what I've done. So I would say the biggest roadblock again was just the time while you're trying to build your business in your spare time.
So true. I have found this one. If I just got this newfound appreciation for you, Mercedes, because you just said that you've been a mother of 3 boys, quite a handful, while balancing a
Yeah.
9 to 5 job, and again being able
Mhm.
to build this. Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
balancing time.
I mean, listen, there's no such thing as balance for real. It's
No,
just you just gotta kind of be disciplined with your time. That's
so
it.
true.
And sometimes you gotta say no to people, right? You
You have
can't say
to.
yes to everybody.
You have to. Yeah, you need to know how you can smartly spend the time and ensure that you hit the goals that you have in
Mhm.
mind
Yeah,
while being all this.
exactly. Exactly.
Got it. Got it. And in all this, any client stories that you would like to share of how they were before when they partnered with Coachway and then after they got alongside you, of course, without divulging names.
Understood. Yeah. This I would say one story that really stands out in one of the biggest. And before I tell the story, I want to give a little backdrop. I think business owners, small business owners, are the most underserved industry, or I would say just businesses in general.
Yep.
They are so day to day in their operations that a lot of times they don't take care of the back end things when it comes
Yep.
to the financial pieces, being in position to get loans or grants and things like that. So they're the most underserved. So I love working with small business owners because we can provide full scale financial benefit plans for themselves as the business owner and also for their employees or contractors, right?
Okay.
So one story that stands out to me is I worked with a retail owner. It's maybe been about 9 or 10 years ago.
Okay.
He started with me. I met him cold market. I just was in there shopping in his store. I was hanging out with my mom, and
Yeah.
I asked him. I said, "Hey, do you own this location?" And he's like, "Yeah, I do." And I talked to him about. I said, "Hey, do you have business insurance?" And he's like, "No, what's that? What do you mean?" And I said, "Listen, how about I come back and talk to you tomorrow morning?" So I
Yeah.
sat down with him at that time, and I showed him how he can structure a business policy that will allow him to grow money tax deferred on a tax advantage basis,
Yeah.
and be able to access that money throughout his work lifetime, tax free. And so we started contributing funds to this financial plan, leveraging tax code 7702,
Got it.
and he was able to defer, have high rates of return without risk. And he was able to pull that money out in a couple years and start a home healthcare agency in
Well,
another state. And so that was pretty cool. This guy went from, maybe pulling $400,000 a year in his retail business to doing over $1 million in about 18 months.
well,
Once he was able to pull that money from that financial plan. So he is like forever grateful
should be
for me
definitely.
showing him,
Yeah.
some ways that he can leverage the tax code to, build other things. You may be in one place today, but we work with you throughout your lifetime. So we make sure we check in annually, quarterly, depending on what our strategy is, and we make sure that we move the money so that it can work for you the right way.
Yeah. Make money work. And then
Yep.
absolutely, he should be ecstatic. You just tripled his income
Oh,
in 18 months.
oh yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's.
it's it's such an underserved market, and they a lot of times they don't qualify for the regular traditional
Yep.
plans like 401ks and stuff because there's limits to
Yep.
income.
Yep.
So utilizing the tax code the right way is great for individuals with higher incomes, preferably above 250,000. So
So there you go. So utilizing the tax code and ensuring that
mhm,
while you abide by the tax law set by the state and the
mhm,
country, at the same time you're able to scale it
Hmm.
up and grow the business,
Absolutely.
not be in the same place that you were 5 years back.
Hmm. Exactly.
Got it. Any other stories that you'd like to probably share as to how you made lives better?
um If anything, one of the biggest differentiators I would say
Yeah,
is with my company and one of the financial institutions I work with, I contract with. We focus on quality of life for families. One of the biggest issues in the world today,
yeah,
it's not that people are dying too soon. People are getting sick. And they're literally getting sick at alarming rates. Cancer is very prevalent, lung disease, diabetes, stroke. Even it's becoming younger and younger. So one of the things that I focus on, and I would say one of the stories is living benefits. Living benefits is really changing the way we think about life insurance. Life insurance now, you don't have to die to use it. You can basically accelerate your death benefit for free now
oh,
in the event you have a terminal illness, a critical illness,
okay,
a chronic illness, even Alzheimer's and dementia. So I had a client who was on her way to Jamaica,
yeah,
and in the airport, she literally had a stroke.
well,
Okay, she was able to they were able to get her to the
yeah,
hospital, and she was able to do some rehab, and she called me and she said, "Hey, Mercedes, I remember you telling me something about my policy. I can use it." I said, "Absolutely. We can file a claim because you had a stroke. You can accelerate a portion of your death benefit." So that money, she filed a claim. She said the claim went through.
yeah,
They gave her a number and they said, "Hey, we're going to cut you a check for that, and you don't have to pay it back."
oh,
So just having that option, I think, is the most important thing. Moving people from the old traditional insurance to this new type, I think it's going to help a lot of families. So I just wanted to make sure that I share that story, that there are new policies out there. In most cases, Jay,
yeah.
it's the same price as the traditional plan.
So there you go. That's not something that I knew. I need to talk to my insurance agent and ensure that I get one of those. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yep. And if
it's
not, you can always come to Coastway Financial. We
there.
got
You
you.
go. If not, I know whom to contact. But exactly,
Right.
it's pretty much people, they are not aware as to how these new
Yeah.
policies around what they've been using from time ever since are
Hmm.
changing. It's the education that is needed.
Yep.
And in terms of that, so how has running Coach with Financial has changed you, your habits? Has it made you a better person? Pretty much, yes. But how has it changed everything over the last ever so many years?
Oh man, I love this question because listen, I am so big on growth. One thing that business has taught me is just how to be a better person overall.
Yeah,
The humility that you learn, or you gain, I would say, from being in this industry,
yeah,
because you are working with people who have challenges sometimes, and also, who are doing well, who really appreciate your services. So I've learned a lot of humility, to be humble in everything. I praise the Most High God every day for waking up, because every day is a new day.
it
And if you
is.
got breath in your body, if you got the activities of your limbs, and you got your health, you're in good space. So I learned a lot of humility, a lot of discipline, a lot of getting rid of bad habits like sleeping too late. When you work for yourself, sometimes if you're not on a schedule, you will find yourself sleeping, lounging, chilling, right? So
Yeah,
I learned a lot of discipline on how to put myself on a schedule, and again, also how to I would say, build relationships. For me, building relationships are everything. So I've learned how to communicate with all different types of people, different ethnicities. I contract with individuals who speak Chinese, Mandarin, Latinos who speak Spanish, Nepalese. We work with all different types of people.
yeah.
We have agents all across the country. So as far as what I've learned, again, humility, discipline, how to build great relationships, and just how to enjoy life, and do the best by loving thy neighbor as thyself. That's my motto.
So there you go. Being grounded and enjoying the moment. And
For
discipline.
sure.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yes.
So that's a key
Yeah.
takeaway, a key
Mhm.
piece of gold wisdom from the corn office, from your corn office
For
rather.
sure.
And so you're gonna love the next question as well. So if you ever had the chance to meet your younger version, probably 14, 15
Hmm.
years back or back in 2011 when you started on your own, what would you say and why would
Hmm.
you say that?
My younger self. So I actually started when I was really young. So I was
Yeah,
23 when I started.
gotcha.
My number one, and I guess I'll give you two pieces of advice. My number one, and you can kind of see my sign back here.
Yeah,
Hard work beats talent. I do not care how long somebody has been there before you. If you outwork them, you will beat them. So I've always been a natural competitor. I've played sports all my life.
yeah,
I've always sold stuff, candy on my backpack. Hard work beats talent. As long as you outwork somebody and you study your craft, you can be good at anything, right? So that would be my number one, and that's something that I've always carried with me.
yeah,
And my number two thing I would say is always believe that you can do anything. Get the best, whatever you do. Be the best at it. It doesn't matter if it's something temporary. You be the best at it. So I've always made sure that I've carried that with me throughout my lifetime, and that's what gives me confidence. People always say, Mercedes, you like so wise, so mature. But I get that from, of course, the Most High, but I also get that from being around family.
so
You always give your best in everything. You never know where you're going to end up, right? So I always end up in great places. So that would be my top two: hard work beats talent, and always give your best at anything you do.
yeah. Not feel guilty at the end of the day for not giving your best and regret. Ah, I should have, and I
Always
didn't.
give your best.
Yeah,
Hmm. Yep.
lovely. So that leads to the end of lovely little chat. Lovely takeaways. Make money work, and I need to reconsider my insurance agent and revalue the options as well because you told me a few things that I never knew about, and I'm pretty sure majority of the audience would not know about as well. And be
Yeah.
smart and be
Hmm.
grounded. So, leading towards the end, once the episode is released and our audience would love to get in touch with you, what's the best way and
Hmm.
how would that be?
Yeah, so you guys can, follow me on IG at Coatesway Financial. That's Coates, Coates. So Coatesway Financial. You can also go to my website, coateswayfinancial.com. You can book a 15-minute consultation there and we can talk about, what's most important to you. You can also give us a call at 240-639-2098. Okay?
Got it. So,
Awesome.
there you go. The social media handles goes to financial.com and the number that
Yep.
Mercedes shared, and all of those information will be added to the show notes once the episode is released. You could see that under the captions. But Mercedes, it's been a lovely chat. I really loved it, and a great way to start off the day as well. Uh, Anything else that you would like to share before we call it a day?
I just want to say thank you so much for having me on here and being able to share some things that I believe is most important for people.
Yeah,
I hope that everybody finds this information helpful. And again, if we're here for questions, we make understanding finances simple and we partner with the best in the industry. Okay.
there
So
you
thank you
go.
so much for having me, Jay.
No worries at all. So if you're looking for the next financial expert, you know whom to contact right now. It'll be with us.
Absolutely.
There you go. All right, then, ladies and gentlemen, that calls it a day, and we'll be with another lovely individual asking them questions and talking to them about how their corn office can teach us life lessons. So, till then, take care.